Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the transfer review where we go through all of the week's transfer rumours and we rate them out of 10 based on how likely they are to happen. What a show! Right then, let's get right into it. First up is Aurélien Tchouameni. So we all know him, we all love him. Here's what Paul Pogba had to say about him. He's from Monaco, and Paul Pogba said it was a pleasure to play next to him for the French national team. He's very good. He's not a boy, he's a man. It was a pleasure to play next to him. He brings a lot of energy. He has a lot of energy, which is why he brings it, presumably. Extraordinary technical and physical quality. I hope to play plenty of games together and always be on his side. And according to the International Business Times, Solskjaer is on the hunt for a defensive midfielder, and Tchouameni could be that guy. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but if I am, just pretend I'm not. It's fine. There's no problems there. He's also a target for Chelsea as well. He could be a target for Manchester United. These are only really preliminary rumours for this 21-year-old, aren't they? It's not looking likely. In terms of a rating, how can we give this any more than a 2 out of 10? Honestly, United are linked with a French midfielder pretty much every 6 weeks. It was Camavinga. He's gone to Real Madrid. Who's the next one? Who's the next young French midfielder? Because that's who we're going to get linked with. Like I said, 2 out of 10 for me. Why even 2? If I ask myself honestly, why am I saying 2? I'm going to say 1. 1 out of 10. It doesn't seem possible. Could happen. 1. Right, next up then, Youri Tielemans of Leicester. This one is actually, I reckon there's a bit more in this, and this is according, who's it from? Sports Mole. The fuck is Sports Mole? A creature that has basically no eyes, and that's what's being used to see transfers, is it? Anyway. This is according to Sports Mole, and they are saying that Manchester United, Liverpool, Real Madrid and Barca all hold an interest in Leicester's Youri Tielemans, although they are supposedly going to be going after a new contract for the Belgian midfielder. Fabrizio Romano has been talking about him and saying that Real Madrid and Barcelona are both interested. He seems like one of those players that at some point is going to get a move away from Leicester. It's just whether it's this summer, this winter, and whether it's to Manchester United. Because of all those factors, because of all the teams in for him, in terms of a rating, I think United could be interested. It seems the sort of player that we'd go after, but there's nothing really in it for now. I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 10. Next on our list of ins then, and it is Erling Haaland. He's coming in. Erling Haaland. Doesn't work. Keep it in anyway. And this is coming from the Express, it's coming from ESPN, and they are saying that Manchester United still want to sign Erling Haaland despite signing Cristiano Ronaldo. Now when you talk about exciting front lines, let's say we got Haaland in January, so we can sort of use this as a little fairy tale. Your 3 strikers, let's say, fuck it, 4 strikers, are Mason Greenwood, Edinson Cavani, Cristiano Ronaldo and Erling Haaland. That isn't even a FIFA front line, that is like I've just woken up from a fever dream front line. In FIFA you can't even afford to have all them up front. What a sensational strike force that would be if we could add Erling Haaland to the list. Apparently he's always wanted to meet Cristiano Ronaldo. This is according to the Express, and he once said, I would love to meet Ronaldo and tell him that I'm a footballer thanks to him. For me, he was always a role model. Imagine you're Erling Haaland's dad, who was a professional footballer, who presumably got Haaland into football, and then you hear your own son say, for me, the reason I'm a footballer is because of Cristiano Ronaldo, not my dad, who's a professional footballer, who probably got me into all the best footballing schools throughout my entire childhood. The real role model for me is some Portuguese bloke I've never met. Well, if you want to meet him, come join Manchester United, and Manchester United will surely still have him. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Like, obviously the only way to meet Cristiano Ronaldo isn't to play on the same team as him, but when someone's that big of a role model for you, if you were Haaland, you see 36-year-old Ronaldo joining United, you know he's not going to be here for 10 years. You know he's not going to be here for 5 years. You know that within a year, 2, 3 at a push, you are going to be the main man at Manchester United. I don't think having Cristiano Ronaldo here would put Haaland off. It's just whether it puts United off in terms of spending the money required to get Erling Haaland. But for me, I do think there's a chance of this one. I think it's going to be hard. You're going to be battling out probably City, probably Real Madrid, probably Barcelona for Erling Haaland's signature next summer. But I'm going to give Erling Haaland to Manchester United 4 out of 10. Right then, on to the outs, and it is Jesse Lingard. I mean, everyone else looks pretty secure at the minute, don't they? Apart from Paul Pogba, but we can't mention that every week. Jesse Lingard has reportedly turned down a new contract offer at Manchester United. This is according to the BBC, because he wanted assurances over playing time at Manchester United, which presumably we either couldn't give him or we weren't sure about. As what's Undercover cops! They're the coolest cops, aren't they? If any cops are cool, it's the one that just has a BMW with some blue lights on. I remember my mate once, he got some blue lights flashing under his car and they had to get him taken off because they're illegal. Anyway, Jesse Lingard has rejected a new deal. To me, it kind of makes sense because, yes, he's come back. Yes, he's trying to fight for his place, but he doesn't want to get stuck at Manchester United. He doesn't want to be here in 4 or 5 years when he's leaving his prime, having not been able to move because he's on a big deal, because he's, you know, no club wants to pay him the wages that he's on at the minute. United don't want to sell him, whatever. He leaves at the end of this season for free. He's basically taking a free swing. This is a free hit at Manchester United this season. He can say, I did one last year. If he gets in the team, if he proves himself, if he gets shown by Ole he's part of Ole's plans, he may well sign a new contract. If he doesn't, if he never plays, he gets to put his hands up and say, you know what, I tried, I can leave on a free at the end of the season. It makes complete sense to me. West Ham's still interested. You know what, if Jesse Lingard leaves Manchester United on a free at the end of this year, there will be tons of teams in for him all around Europe. Top Champions League teams will be in for Jesse Lingard because he's a very good player. If he wants to be a starting player, he may have to drop down a little notch to West Ham or that kind of team, but he's not going to struggle with his career. Jesse Lingard is an excellent player, and it doesn't surprise me that he's rejected an offer for now. But, you know, I think if he gets some game time, we may well see him stay. So in terms of him leaving, I suppose it's basically, does he sign a new contract? I think him leaving I think it's 50-50, so I'm going to go 5 out of 10. Right, that's going to be all from us here at Old Trafford today. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week for another transfer review. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the merch store. We've got your Viva Ronaldo gear. I ain't got it on. I don't know why I did that like it's on there. Unless, actually, you know what? I'm going to give Cam a little thing. Put a little Photoshop of the Viva Ronaldo thing there. Wow, how good was that? He paused it. It's also linked in the description. You can see the little graphic on the screen as well. But we also did the Photoshop thing, and that's the thing we can't forget. Cam's looking at me, shaking his head. He don't want to do it. He has to do it now because this is the only version of the outro I'm doing. Thank you very much for watching. If you aren't subscribed already, please make sure you do. We'll see you in a bit. Hello. Did he thumb up? Did he? He's gone. He's gone.